welcome yet again for another Total Warcast. I'm your host Daily, reporting almost live from Snowtops, Norway, and this is episode 17. So we surpassed the previous number of Total Warcasts in season 1, meaning that we're on good run since we're in June, late June. So we're gonna have a lot of episodes this season. Today is actually quite a little bit late. I should have done it on Saturday, but I was lacking in content and people to have on the show. And Sunday was kind of busy for me. But at last, we are here on Monday, afternoon for me, Monday night for one of my guests. And Gunny, you're joining me again. What's the time over there?
It's noon.
It's noon. I have actually quite a special guest today. We're gonna have a mod corner. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Joining me all the way from Australia across the world is Anton.
Good morning.
Good morning. Anton III, it's of course, a modder. You might know him from the Sekigahara mod, which we will be talking about today. But not yet. So, how are you, fine gentlemen? Everything alright?
Well, I'm quite fine.
Yep, same here.
Well, you guys sound really pleased. Yeah, well, it's Monday, so... at least, yes. Let's get the introduction out of the way before we can move on. Firstly, the new TWN is out, and Deco Trash has delivered yet again a fine show. This time I'm featured on it, so check it out. I'm posting the link down in the description here on YouTube, so check it out. It's good quality as always, and yeah. Have you guys seen it?
This particular episode I have not seen quite yet, though I've seen all of the other TW News episodes, and I'm quite happy that he's been able to do it.
What about you, Anton?
I'm quite the opposite, actually. I watched this latest episode, and I think the one before it, where the awesome background fell. But I haven't watched ones before that.
Yeah. So, yeah, well, I haven't watched them all either, but gotten them up when they come in front of my face when I enter the site. So, good show. Next news, yes, on the front page, if you scroll a little bit downward from what you're listening to right now, if you're listening to on the front page of TW Center, check out the new episode of Rally Point. Will and Craig is bringing yet another episode. And this time it's a Napoleon special, celebrating, I don't know what they're celebrating. It was Napoleon's birthday, was it? Or when he lost the battle?
The anniversary of Waterloo was quite recent.
Yeah, maybe it was that. Well, kind of sad.
Yeah, it was anniversary of Waterloo. That's
kind of sad to celebrate that, but...
the 197th anniversary.
Time flies by. Yeah, so they're celebrating. We had that free weekend last weekend. Napoleon Total War was free, and they have now also unlocked the DLC, which was only available to the ones who pre-ordered Napoleon, and also they added even more stuff to DLC itself, so a little bit more content for the people still playing Napoleon Total War. All fine and good. The episode is, the first episode is just them first part is just them talking about this stuff, the free weekend and the new stuff they added. But then they went into the episode going back to the team who worked on Napoleon Total War and asked them how, the process of making and playing Napoleon back when it was being made. So, good fun. I know, do you guys still play the Napoleon Total War?
Well, I've got 738 hours, and it's still rising, logged on it, so...
Oh. I got 3.
66.
Yeah.
I love Napoleon, though. It's my favorite Total War game, so obviously I keep playing. I'm really happy to see the latest bit of Napoleon. Shows that it's not quite dead yet, and I know that there's a lot of people who are really crossing their fingers that they're going to make a new map for it, which I mean, they probably won't. But it is nice to see that CA is still looking back at some of their older games, and this tells me that Napoleon wouldn't be too big of a stretch to mention at the modding summit in late June.
No, of course not. You should try to get people who are going there to actually talk about it.
I told Mitch that he has to go, but I don't think he's going.
Traitor.
Yeah.
We need to send in an infiltrator, a spy. If I could take it's quite cheap to fly over, from Norway, but the time, and I'm not really a modder, so I'm not. I think I would be like a sheep in a lion's cave. So. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. Moving into the news bucket. Now, this week is really disappointing. I have only 2 things to talk about, and one of them is kind of half-arsed, to be honest. The only reason I took it on was because Anton was Australian. So, but at least the news bucket. Gameplay, a German game magazine, is apparently announcing Rome 2 Total War. Now, let's just say I'm using, what you call those two when you being sarcastic or whatever. Gunny.
What? What do you mean?
2 dots. Okay, I can write something like so. What is those called?
It's just like quote unquote.
Quote unquote, yeah. God, well, at least being sarcastically on here on about what you call it, the announcement, because what it's I'm gonna link to the picture down below in the thread, and it's just basically a picture showing upcoming games this year, and it says Rome 2 Total War on the list. So I'm not really sure if that's an announcement or they have just blundered in their writing. I'm not sure.
In general, treat it with detachment. Treat it with detachment.
Yeah. Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I'm still one of those who thinks that Rome 2 would not be the best idea, but
me neither. But
well, as I was thinking, like, they're not just creating a sequel to their vanilla game, they actually have to top modifications that came with Rome, and that's not exactly easy.
For a lot of people, Rome was their first strategy game, or so for some people it was even their first video game for the computer. And there's no way that even if Rome 2 lives up to all the expectations, there's no way that it can still give people the same satisfaction.
Well, it might, to be honest, if it just as grand and just, a little bit more complex, when you play Rome now, it's just, it's fun and all, but it's still quite, yeah.
Yeah, but when people look back at Rome, they see it with they see it through rose-colored glasses. They see Rome
nostalgic glasses.
So nostalgic. Oh yeah, I used to play Rome all the time. And there's no way that Rome 2 could ever capture some of the same feelings. Now, of course, Rome 2 could introduce new people into the world of strategy games, and as people who were that age in 2004, though, it's been like 7 years, more than 8 years since Rome was released, and those people have played so much in between. It's never going to capture the same feeling.
No, it never will. You can't only do one thing once. So, it's probably going to be good, if it's so complexity of Rome, the sheer scale of it is the same, and you still get you get just with the good graphics and all that. It's probably gonna be really cool, but I'm not sure if I really want Rome 2. I'm not sure. I want something new. Now they've gotten into Shogun 2. I really want something new.
I've been really hoping for a China-based one.
Or the Three Kingdoms, sort of.
Yeah, Warring States.
That would be interesting. I was hoping that was going to be a DLC for Shogun, perhaps, but
Alas, hopes are crushed, dreams are shattered.
Oh,
Oh, nah. But yeah, China is something, God damn it, the Chinese. I mean, seriously, when we were like how many 20 million in Europe, they were like 100 million. So there's a lot of history back in the day. So, and of course, several thousand years of war. So
you're gonna have to wait though until China starts getting more Total War players for them to.
yeah, or they just silence it because they don't feel it really lives up to the patriotism of their land.
Yeah, right. If they do it wrong, it's gonna get banned. But I'd personally, I'd like to see either a sort of 30 Years War style or a Victorian one.
Yeah, but I'm tired of I'm tired of weapons. God damn it.
But yeah, I don't know. It's my favorite time period. I know you probably prefer Viking Total War, but
Dude, of course I do. What do you take me for? Well, not Viking, but I like the shield and sword and arrows and limbs being cut off and such. I'm not really for the long range type of guy. Yeah, I'm still waiting for the dismemberment, for arms and legs now. We got the head. I'm okay with the head, but I need more legs and arms flying around the battlefield.
Actually, Jost edited the Napoleon Total War one so that there's every now and then you get a leg and some intestines and an explosion for the Great War.
Damn. I like that.
that's awesome.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's raining blood!
But of course, it's not models or anything that stick on the ground. It's just textures. But
yeah, still. So yeah, where were we? What were we talking about? Yeah, Rome 2. Okay, now we're just bickering again. Okay. Next news is something Australian 18-year game rating. Stuff in Australia, it seems that it's the worst country to actually be a gamer. High prices are high. The government doesn't like people playing at all, and it's quite evident that no one likes video games in Australia. Well, except gamers, though.
Well, that would make sense.
Is this true, Anton?
Oh, I mean, you have you could have a Norwegian guy, you could have anyone else, and they'd be the same amount of dedication as an Australian one. But it's just Australians, for some reason, Australia is one of the few Western countries that absolutely love censorship. Like, if you look at our lovely Stephen Conroy, who's the Minister for Broadband and Digital Communication and crap like that, he is openly advocating censorship. I mean, that's absolutely crap. But anyway, back to our original topic, because I don't want to take it too much off topic. We'll be finally getting a R18 plus rating game. And what that means is games won't have to be censored. They could just be stuck with the 18 plus rating, so it's just adults only.
That's good.
Very good.
So you don't get, Dead Island just to, I saw the difference. It's like, oh, lol. Not funny.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I mean, God help you rate Napoleon Total War with, thousands, tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands going to their death, but you show them with blood and it's immediately MA15 plus.
Yeah. The logic.
Just waiting for them to slap that label onto Shogun 2.
Yeah.
That DLC.
We're having a shitstorm in Norway right now, because of the ABB, the guy, which has the massacre and all that.
Oh yes.
Yeah, he played video games apparently. Kind of isolated himself for a year and did nothing but play World of Warcraft and Modern Warfare 2, and he's even said that Modern Warfare 2 is a simulator to train you up to kill people. So yeah, I'm not sure how it will end here in Norway, but it's apparently right now the media has toned it a little bit down, but it's at the moment it's not one of my deepest concerns.
Well,
We'll
it was
see.
nice knowing you, Dave.
Yeah, yeah, we have something calling the DLD, Data Lagringsdirektivet, and what that basically is that it's a system that allows you for each time you connect. You Americans probably have it already, but we don't have something like that, and it's that they can keep all the information about you for 6 months, like emails, when you call, and all that, and they can actually keep track of where you are at any time. So it's like a very what you call it, a very
Big brother.
no, it's like a surveillance on you. So it's like it's really it's not. I'm not doing
Disconcerting?
anything. Yeah, it's not really. It's not really. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not afraid that oh my god, I'm going to get hung up, in the streets and battered with tomatoes. No, it's more about the principle of being surveillanced for no apparent reason.
Yeah, it's like Big Brother.
Yeah, Big Brother.
I'm unfamiliar with that over here, but
Yeah, you probably have it. You have no freedom at all. So, moving on. Forum frenzy. We have two things I want to talk about. The official TWC clans. I think I talked about this a little bit before, but of course, things don't grow still that easily here on the Total Warcast. I like to talk about stuff over and over again, so you guys don't miss it. We are gonna there's gonna be a lot of more support for the TWC clans. So basically, it's gonna be a more structure. There's gonna be events. There's gonna be a lot more to it than what it already is. So we're probably gonna get Battlefield 3 clans. We're gonna get every game. Last week I had the Buster Fedon on, which talked about the role of tanks and the TWC clan there. Stuff like that. Really important that if you frequent TWC, why not play with these people that you yell at or argue with? There's always fun killing the guy you argued with. Isn't that right, Gunny?
always fun.
I don't know how many times I've spewed your intestines all over my bayonet in Napoleonic Wars, but it's always great fun.
Well, I know you got several nice little team kills during the line battles. But...
Oh dear God! Don't mention it. I was artillery for the first time, and I hit some guy in the head with the cannonball. I shot. I don't want to talk about it. It was goddamn awful. Quite fun. Anton, you ever played Napoleonic Wars?
No, I've only played a bit of Mount and Blade single player.
Okay. Yeah, you should. It's really great fun. I've been playing it for a year now. Well, the mod and now the DLC, and I've been playing with Gunny for quite some time, and it's a lot of fun. It's like Napoleonic Wars, just with real guys behind the guns. Cool.
So how did we get here?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. The official TWC clans. If there's a game, just check it out. There should be a clan for you. Just check out other games and all that, and see if there's something that fits you. Gunny, thank you for keeping me on track.
I know there's actually. Are you planning on getting PlanetSide 2? There's a Total War Center PlanetSide 2 clan already set up.
Isn't that beta?
It's in beta now, yes, but it's going to be coming out in time. Free to play.
Oh, free to play. Well, yeah, sure. If it's free to play, I cherish some free to play things. The problem I really hate about this, international clans is the ping, especially for first-person shooters. It's really hard. And also it's hard to, play at the same times, when, for example, Anton right now, it's like 3 for you. Gunny, it's like noon, well, early morning, and now it's nearing like evening, late afternoon for me, so we're all over the world at this point, and it's quite hard to play with each other, but at least one can try. Also, I want everyone to prepare themselves for a new release of content. What I mean, the content is from TWC. I'm not gonna spill any news of what it is, but at least it's gonna be quite fun. I'm a small part of it. There's other people who has a lot more to do with it than I. But I'm saying just keep your eye out for something new. It's a new approach to things, and it's about what do you call it? Embracing different things, other things than just Total War on TWC. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about it. Okay, let's go into why Anton is here. Mod Corner, hooray! We have the first Mod Corner in quite some time, and so yeah, let's hop into it. Anton.
Yep.
Anton, you're still here. Thank God you haven't left.
Yep, I'm very much awake.
Good. Don't fall asleep yet. We're almost finished. So, Sekigahara mod is the first total conversion, like the full conversion mod for Shogun 2 that delivers, ton of content and shows that modding ain't quite dead yet. Well, is there something you want to start to say, or can we just start, with questions or whatever?
I'll do a bit of a short description and then we can do some questions. So the whole concept of the campaign, it surrounds the campaign of Sekigahara and the Battle of Sekigahara, the historical ones. And basically what happened was a Toyotomi vassal known as Tokugawa Ieyasu, I should say, he declared war on the Uesugi up in the north, and basically around this time he had been playing loose and he wasn't really acting like a vassal to the Toyotomi. So at that time, another loyalist, which was Ishida Mitsunari, he goes up and basically declares war on the Tokugawa, and that's basically the ground upon which the campaign is built. It's basically the Toyotomi against the Tokugawa. It sort of plays with the theme a little bit because it's not really the Toyotomi against the Tokugawa historically, it's more Ishida against Tokugawa under the Toyotomi banner. But that's the gist of the whole thing.
Okay, cool. And this is what you're trying to recreate in Shogun 2?
A little bit, yeah, but it's kind of hard to represent because it wasn't even combat. Like, when you look at the Warring States period, which the vanilla campaign represents, it's nice and distributed. You have, like, the Shimazu down in Kyushu, and they're fighting around with the Ito and trying to get control of the island, and you have the same with the Chosokabe and Shikoku. And then in Honshu, you have Mori, you have the Tokugawa, all the Matsudaira, the Takeda, the Nago, and all of those clans. It's nice and flat and distributed, whereas Sekigahara, it really wasn't like that. It's because it was just one big campaign in the center, and then you had a little bit of things happening over in Kyushu, which is, down the south, and then you had a northern bit of the campaign. But how the campaign comes about, the Sekigahara campaign, is that we flatten it all out and we throw around Toyotomi and Tokugawa loyalists and basically represent the what they were sort of thinking at the time, what they aligned with. So you have the Tokugawa who, they fought against the Toyotomi eventually. That's sort of represented in there. So it's not historical. It's, really, there's a hell of a lot of deviations from history, but all in all, it does represent a lot of stuff that goes on in there.
Well, of course, CE has never been, historically accurate either, so you're kind of excused. So actually, it sounds really cool, to be honest. It's the version 0.9 is out, right? If I'm not...
Yep, a few days ago it was released.
Cool. So you're bringing a... with this, you brought, 11 Oh, like how many new playable factions is there? I can't remember. I can't remember from the notes. Let's see. If I can find it. Do you have it in your head, right?
Yep. Version 0.9 brought in 11 new playable factions, and that's on top of the 12 that we already have.
Okay.
I think that cut off
23.
just there. So 23 in total at the moment.
And there's a lot of, you're adding more models. You're gonna make, completely new, new, what do you call it, those small unit banners, new buildings. You're gonna try to make it a new playing experience, basically.
Oh yeah, I mean it just tears everything that I can possibly mod in there.
Yeah, just have at it. Okay, so let's go to the questions. Gunny, you still around?
Yes, I am.
Good. I'm just wondering if you fell asleep as well.
What do you mean as well? You were falling asleep?
No, you falling asleep. Thinking you falling asleep, but never mind. Okay. Okay, Anton. Question number 1. How did this mod start? How did you get into it? And how did the IDs form? To actually start this modification.
Well, I have a good memory on how it started. It was in a different project entirely, and one of the mod leaders, Owen Rommel, mentioned that he was still liking the idea because we previously mentioned the Sekigahara campaign as a sort of potential mod at the time. And then once he said it the second time, I thought it was really quite a good idea for a modification, like a really big overhaul one. Then from there I just started working on it. He got to work on clan stuff, and then we brought in Robin, who was at first he was focusing on buildings, but now he does it's basically any sort of conceptual thing that he can put forth, and he did a hell of a lot of drawing, which is good.
Well, concept art, basically.
Yep, concept art, building concepts, and basically refining things mod-wide.
Cool. Gunny!
Yes.
You want to take a question?
I'm interested if... I know that with the Sekigahara campaign, you did a lot of the start post work as well to change things around. Could you... Sorry,
Is it this early, Gunny?
Actually, no, I was up really late last night. How did you feel the limitations of the engine limited the how well you could actually do the mod?
Well, one of the most annoying things was the clans themselves. Like, in the vanilla campaign, there's a clan called the Hatakeyama, and they have 4 provinces, and they're really spread out. Like, you have one up north, one in the central part of Honshu, and then another one other. So you've got like 3 big blobs, and we basically had to make a faction using them and actually try to justify that, because you can't do anything about, like, you can't give a region to another one because you can't do it directly. I don't think you could do that in Napoleon or Empire, but also you couldn't do that, the hybrid mod idea that came, I think it was that Hussar Total War or something like that, who created it.
Yeah, Hussar, LTW.
Yeah. So we couldn't do that, and we couldn't really tamper with much outside of, like redefining political alignment values, which is basically religion, and swapping out unit IDs, and making factions available. Apart from that, it's really, I consider it to be quite simplistic in what I did, just to help polish it off a bit. But there's not a hell of a lot of depth as to what I could do. So it could have been a hell of a lot better if I had a bit more access to other things, even if it's just being able to inject more clans, or redefine who has territory. That'd be great.
Yeah, well, that's the problem with modding in Total War games these days. That's it all. Well, this is the way it's been for quite some time. So yeah, a little question about the troubles you had. Has the going been rough, or has this last half year gone silky smooth in development?
Well, most of the development happened it would have been like maybe 2 or 3 months. And it wasn't really rocky, it was just, it needed a lot of time to, to get everything down and get everything polished and then to expand on that. It's really been quite smooth, actually. Just a lot of time.
Well, of course. Half a year. Amazing. Okay, I'm gonna ask, what moment or thing have given you most joy through this half year of work? Any breakthroughs, anything that happened that made you just jump with joy?
Probably nothing major, but just playing it now and just clearly seeing how different it is, how awesome it's become. That in itself's great, and the attention that it's grabbed, a lot of people saying that this is awesome and, to that sort of effect. I'm quite happy with how it's come to pass.
Just the whole thing and the response that people have been giving you is the best thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's nice. Yes, final question. Well, it wasn't that many, but hell, we aren't a professional journalistic medium, so.
Oh, sure you are. Extremely professional.
Extremely professional. Just wait until what I'm going to talk about in the tavern. It's going to be lovely. The future. I'm going to ask you a little bit about the future. The final goal of the mod. What is your dream? Or, well, not dream, but what is your realistic goals for the mod? For the future.
Realistic goals.
Okay. We can first the realistic goals set in what restrictions you have, and then we can deal with the dreams.
Okay, well, realistic goals. I suppose make all factions playable. We've had some talk about region specialty building, so make each province unique, stuff like that. Perhaps, unique forts. I've been thinking of a Senator Mo based on the historical area of the Osaka Castle created by Senator Yukimura in the Siege of Osaka, so bit more depth to buildings. I can't think of much other than that.
Well, it's you have a lot of knowledge at least about the Japanese history at this point.
I'm getting there.
It's the people on the team which is just impresses you each time you talk to them.
Well, Owen Rummel has quite a way of posting.
Yeah.
To say the least.
Yeah, it's quite devoted. Gunny, you still around?
Of course.
Good. You're a very good listener. Have you ever heard that? Yeah. Okay, so basically that's it for me. And Gunny, is there something more you want to add?
No, I think that's about good.
Yeah. Oh. Anton, is there something you want to say to the listeners? Anything? We're not finished about the mod, of course. We're not finished with the episode yet, but.
I'm trying to think of something smart and witty, but I'm not smart nor am I witty. Oh well.
Well, you can ponder it while we move into the tavern. Now, the tavern, Anton, is like the off-topic section of the podcast. So, last week I had Buster Fedon on, who works in a writer study, and that weekend I actually had put in a can of sugar, yeast, water, and to make beer in my bathtub.
You don't use it to bathe anyway, do you?
Okay, one at a time. What did you say, Anton?
Bathtub beer sounds awesome.
Gunny?
It's not like you use it to bathe anyway, do you?
Nah. I
Why did you
showered.
hesitate just there?
I don't know. No, okay, it's not in the bathtub per se. It's like I put 25 liters of a can in the bathtub, so in case it overflowed or something. So, well, at least this is like the most cheap beer you can make, basically, in Norway. It's 150 for 25 liters, meaning that there's like 3 kroners per. I'm gonna make that in. What's the currency again for the Australian dollar? Give me 2 seconds. That was 11.6, wasn't it? Okay, I'll do 3.6 this time. 18. No, that's wrong. God damn it. Okay. Currency and math. God damn you all. 3 split by, yeah, it's $half. What you call it?
Cents?
Yes, I think that's
50
it.
cents is half of
50
a dollar.
cents, yes, 50 cents in dollars, American dollars. I'm not sure about Australian, the currency there.
It's
But
sitting around about the same, so
yeah, around the same. So around half a cent per half liter a pint of beer, which is amazingly cheaper than in Norway, which means that a normal, let's say the cheapest beer I can buy at the store is like around 19 kroners. If we then divide that by 6, this is in the store, not out on the town. Divide that by 6, that's 3.1. That's actually not too bad in the store. But when you go out to town, of course, there's a lot more, and then it's like, how much is that? 5 times the price when you go out to drink in a bar. So yeah, Norway has horrible alcohol prices. So this is the reason why I have 25 liters of homebrewed beer sitting in my cellar. And this weekend I actually had a little taste of it. What can I say?
You're still here with us, so that's a good sign.
Yes, I have not died, so that's good. What can I say? The yeast, you guys know what yeast is, right?
Of course.
Yeah, well, I did not even know what we have some other name for it because I'm not English, so I did not know that yeast was that. But yeast, at least, that makes the starting the fermentation process, was still in the root. So what I'm did then was just put it in a cool place in my house, and now I'm just letting the yeast fall to the bottom, and then it's gonna be a little bit more clear, and it's gonna not have that very sweet taste to it with that yeast taste. So it's turning out quite nice. I'm quite happy.
Think
Are you
that's
gonna sell
your.
it?
No, I'm not gonna sell it. I'm gonna give it away. I'm gonna get my friend pissed drunk off it, and yeah.
Find out if it's still safe to drink, and when he doesn't die,
I'll
have
make
some for
more.
yourself.
I'll make some more.
Think
that's
you
the thing.
found your
Yeah.
life calling?
Yeah. If this is a success, I'll definitely do it more because 25 liters. That's like I don't know how many, and it's a quite high percentage of alcohol in it as well. And Norway is 4.7 or 4.6, I think. And this has like 10, so it's basically like drinking wine. So it's let's just say you get good and drunk for cheap money, and who doesn't want to do that? I sound like a goddamn alcoholic, to be honest. It's quite horrible.
As long as it's cheap.
And you
good.
get drunk. Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know. What's the laws in Australia and America about brewing, home brewing?
Well, I know my uncle does quite a bit of home brewing himself.
Like
and like
moonshine or
no beer,
okay.
but he does a lot of brewing actually in Maryland, but not exactly sure if there's any licensing requirements. I don't think there is, but I'm sure it's just stuff to be able to sell the beer at places other than I don't want to sound, but like conventions and so on. Because beer convention sounds incredibly alcoholic, but
Yeah. What about you, Anton? I'm guessing out in the outback, there's a lot of brewing and stuff like that.
Well, this might surprise you, but I don't actually drink.
Well, it doesn't surprise me at all. There's a lot of people doesn't drink, but well, that's quite a shame, Anton.
I've disappointed you, haven't I?
No, it's quite alright. I understand. Is there any special reason for it, or is it just that you don't enjoy it?
Well, I don't hate it, and I don't love it either. I'm just more neutral towards it. Plus that, and as you've highlighted with your home brewing in your bathtub, that it does cost quite a lot, so...
Yeah, that's the thing. And you don't really get them. Only thing you get out of it is an empty bed and a very full headache. So, yeah.
I will say though, I don't drink either. I'm just familiar with.
But you Americans have what's the law, the requirement age? Then?
21.
Yeah, and how old are you, Gunny?
17.
Yes, so there you go. But
Exactly.
yeah, well, actually, even though the first time I really got drunk was like at 13, 14 years old. So you know, also really, yeah, so you know, it's really, you know, it's really you can go, you know, your entire childhood without even tasting it, and then you can get drunk. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. I don't look at people who doesn't drink at any different than, you know, people don't drink. I enjoy, to be honest, I can enjoy myself a lot more without drinking. Even though, you know, I start to dance and sing a little bit when I get drunk. So, as you might
I still
noticed.
have the recording of you singing "Don't Stop Believing." Do you want me to?
No, dude, if you share that... No, why did you bring that up? If you share that, I will hunt you down. Young
I
man.
have the whole recording from the Pony Bar.
How long was that?
Oh, it's a little over an hour, I think.
Dear God, we had some good times in the Pony Bar.
You know,
Okay,
Marius. Anyway.
Yeah, okay, this is awkward. Okay, Anton, let me explain. The Pony Bar is right in this TeamSpeak. There's something, we had a little thing where after line battles we usually, well, I got drunk with a couple other mates, and we sat in TeamSpeak and talked shit for a couple of hours, and we did that in the Pony Bar.
Marius would share his.
No. This is, yes, it's a tavern, but we don't go there. It's yeah. Anton is gonna look you know, weird on us now. He will never return.
But anyway, I digress.
Anton, you haven't been completely discouraged of us yet.
Oh, not entirely. I'm sure
Yeah.
you'll be able to figure out new and exciting ways to discourage me.
Yeah. Well, at least that's it for me. I have shared the progress of my home brewing experiment. It's turning out quite nicely. I have done my job, and for this week at least, and brought on a very fine gentleman as Anton and a miserable gentleman as Gunny. And I have nothing more to add in this show. Is there anything you guys want to add before I close off the recording?
Well, nothing from me.
Not really. Download my mod, please.
Yes, download his mod, check it out. It's probably really good. To be honest, I have not played it. I'm going to do it so after all I've heard, and just to be polite. I want to thank everyone for listening. As always, leave feedback. I know it's hard to leave feedback and all that, but please do. It helped me, feel invigorated that people actually are throwing feedback at me. And other than that, thank you.
Watch Total War News and Rally Point.
And Rally Point, yeah, to update yourself on that. And also, well, be happy with yourself. Live your life. Good luck, Godspeed, and I'll see you next week.